Consistency. Gotta tell myself that. Consistency. I'm loving me. I'm loving me. I'm loving me. Welcome to Travel with Truth, and if you're new here, then welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Aisha Truth, and I am the creator of Travel with Truth. A little bit of background before we get into this video. I did start with Travel with Truth because of my healing journey, and being in my healing journey, I realized that a lot of people may not have others around them in order for them to vent to or be able to share their journey with. And I want to make it known to everybody that even if you feel as though that you have nobody, just know that you have somebody, because somebody is always there, regardless if you know them personally or if you don't know them personally. You always do have somebody there, and that's good to know for many different aspects. So I just want to make that known, that I am a person that will be here for you regardless of what you are going through. I'm here for you to vent to, and this is a safe space for everyone, regardless of who you are, regardless if I know you or I don't know you. I just want you to know. I just want you to know that you do have someone there, and there will always be someone there. And you are not ever in this alone. So just remember that, and remember that your voice will be heard, and it is heard, and you are not put down in any type of way. So continue to your healing journey. If you would like more, then make sure that you follow and you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you are following me in this journey of Travel with Truth. This video today is going to be titled The Journey to Unconditional Self-Love. There is about 5 topics that I will touch today. The first one being, what is unconditional self-love? The second one is, why is it important? The third one is, how do you cultivate, another word for cultivate is to grow. So how do you grow in self-love? Number 4 is, not me not knowing how to spell. Okay, so number 4 is, what happens when you practice this? So what happens when you practice self-love? And number 5 is quick tips for practice. So I'll be giving you a few tips on how you can practice self-love on your own or around others. So let's start with number 1, and that is, what is unconditional self-love? And the first thing I have here is, you have to love yourself no matter what. So regardless of who you're around, what you're doing, anything like that, you have to make sure that you're loving yourself no matter what, because if you don't love yourself, then who will? The second part is, nobody is perfect or has it together. So a lot of people in this society, I feel as though a lot of people think that they have to have it all together at a certain age. And let's be real, let's be honest, nobody ever has it all together. You can be 30, 40, 50 years old not having it together. I'm 24, and I feel as though that I have to have it all together sometimes. And I see other people around me, they're getting houses and being able to provide for themselves in a lot of different ways. A lot of people around my age are having kids, and that's just not me. That's not who I am. That's not who I will be. And I'm my own person. So you have to learn to be your own person. Learn to not go with what society thinks. Like, you're your own person. You're not going to go at the same pace as everyone else does. So you have to remember that you're not perfect and you don't have it together. Nobody has it all together at any age. Another thing is accepting yourself even when messing up. So as humans, we tend to mess up a lot. We all make mistakes. We all have our times where we don't completely understand. We have times to where we will mess up and we won't know that we mess up, or we can easily admit that we messed up. It's known for humans to mess up. So don't put yourself down because you messed up, because everybody messes up. It happens. And the last thing for this is, don't let the tough times define you. So no matter what you're going through, you can be going through a tough time. You could be grieving. You could be like I said, not where you intended to be in life at this moment in time. You could be just struggling through life, not being consistent. Me currently, not being consistent and not having that motivation in order for you to get yourself together, and that's okay. But don't let these times define you. Don't let your inconsistency and your procrastination now define who you are as a person, because you still have room to grow, and everybody has room to grow. So don't let those tough times define you. We're going to move on to number 2, and number 2 is, why is it important? And when I say it, I mean self-love. So why is self-love important? If you only love yourself around others, it starts to feel dependent. This one hit me a little bit hard, because I used to feel as though validation from other people were the reason why I would have self-love, and I had to get over that. That was a few years ago. I felt as though that I had to do anything and everything to fit in, and that's not what life is about. That's not what you're supposed to do, because at the end of the day, you're going to be your own person. And when you're around other people, you start to feel as though you have to be dependent on those people around you in order for you to have self-love. That's not the way to go. Have self-love for yourself. Love yourself. Go look in the mirror and love on yourself, because if you don't, like I said before, if you don't, then who's going to do it for you? Don't be dependent on all those other people, because they can turn their back on you at any time. Another thing is, be okay with yourself without approval of others when things go wrong. So that goes back to the first thing. If you love yourself around others, you start to feel dependent. So you have to be okay with yourself without the approval of those people, because like I said, they can turn their back on you at any time. They're not meant to stay in your life forever. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. So don't be dependent, and don't sit here and get validation from those other people, because it's not worth it. Another thing is why is this important, is because it helps you to stay confident and grounded. So when I say confident, I mean it helps your self-esteem. It helps you to build yourself up. And when I say grounded, it helps with your spiritual being, with you being able to go touch some grass and know who you are, be able to go look at yourself in the mirror and know the person that you are, the person that you have become, and knowing that you're stronger than what you may seem. So just it helps you to stay confident and grounded, and it helps you to I can't think my words. Anyways, it helps you to stay confident and grounded. So like I said, when I say that, it means you have a high self-esteem, and it's building that up. And the last reason on why it's important is because you rely on yourself and don't seek validation where sometimes it can let you down. So this goes back, all this adds up, because like I said, seeking validation from others is something that you don't want to do. Because when you seek validation from others, they'll leave you at any time, or they can feed your head with lies. So they're basically brainwashing you into thinking that you need them, and you don't. You don't need them. Pray about it. Talk to God about it. You got yourself, and that's all that matters. Like I said, you're never truly alone in your journey. But in cases like this is where you're not supposed to seek validation from other people, because when you do, it can bring you down, because they can turn their back on you at any time. They can turn your back on you at any time. They can do anything to brainwash you and feed you lies to make you believe that you need them in your life when you don't. Number 3 is, how do you cultivate? And when I say cultivate, I mean, how do you grow? So you start with accepting your flaws, be okay with who you are, and don't beat yourself up. So this also is another thing that hit hard for me, because I used to not accept my flaws. I know that there's a lot of things about me that I do not like about myself, and there's other things that other people don't like about me. I don't care what anybody else thinks anymore. I used to seek that validation from others. I used to try and, be like, oh, like, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? I used to sit here and look to others for that validation, and let them be okay with my flaws, even though I wasn't. And so you have to accept all your flaws, like regardless if it's your hair, your face, your nails, your body, your mental, like accept your own flaws, and you have to be okay with who you are. Like I said, again, go look in the mirror, go love on yourself, because if you don't, then who? And don't beat yourself up about it, because when you beat yourself up about it, instead of you having that high self-esteem that you need, you're going to have low self-esteem, and we don't want that. So that's the first thing. And then another thing is practice being kind to yourself instead of negative self-talk. Be encouraging and compassionate. So this is another thing where I say, look in the mirror. This is another thing that hit hard for me. A lot of this stuff hit hard for me, let me tell you, because this healing process is not like, I don't even know how to put this. This healing process is hard, and a lot of people think that healing is supposed to be all peaches and cream. It's supposed to be all easy, and you're going to be smiling and love doing all the time. That's not what healing is. It's not. It's hard, and it's hard to be kind to yourself in these situations, because being kind to yourself, like, it might sound easy. It might be like, oh, all you have to do is like show love to yourself and, speak to yourself positive. It may sound that easy, but it's not that easy, especially in your healing process. It's never that easy. So try and learn to be kind to yourself. Learn to look at yourself and tell yourself that you love you. Like, you can say I love you to a man, or you can say I love you to a woman, and you mean it. Say I love you to yourself and mean it. Don't negative self-talk yourself. Like, don't negative talk yourself, because when you talk negative and you be negative, that's all that comes to you is negativity. Be positive. Another thing is stop comparing yourself to others. Only person you should compare yourself to is the old you. This one right here. So I used to compare myself to others because I felt as though like people's bodies looked better than mine, people's mindsets was better than mine, people were doing other things that I wanted to do and I couldn't do. Like, don't do that. Don't compare yourself to others, because when you compare yourself to others, that goes back to the self-esteem. You're bringing your self-esteem down. Don't do that. Stop comparing yourself to others. When you compare yourself to others, it makes it harder for your healing process. It makes it harder for you to be able to cope with certain things, and it makes it harder for you to believe in yourself and continue to grow. You're stunting your growth because you're comparing yourself to others. Stop it. Stop it. Another thing, fill your cup from within. You have to boost your own mood and confidence, and don't depend on others for feelings. So, like I said before, I'm a Christian, so of course everything I'm going to pray about. I'm going to pray about it. The only person that I look up to and talk to is God. That's just me. You may not have the same beliefs, and that's okay. Everybody has their own beliefs in life. Everybody goes their own paths, whether it be spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. You go your own way. That's okay. But for me, I pray. So I pray a lot, and I ask God to give me the clarity that I need, and I ask Him to fill me up with blessings, which that's all I've been getting in life. Blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. There is some negative about it, but remember, no self-talk, no negative self-talk. So we're not doing that. But fill your cup from within. Talk good about yourself. Talk positive about yourself. Don't let anybody ruin the person that you are. Don't let anybody negative talk you. Like I said, be positive. Be consistent with yourself. Don't let yourself down. Don't negative self-talk, but don't let yourself down either. That's that. Number 4 is what happens when you practice this. And like I said, when I say this, I mean self-love. So what happens when you practice self-love? When you practice self-love, you tend to feel more confident, empowered, and at peace. I learned in my process that talking good to myself looking in the mirror, telling myself I love you, being able to journal, being able to exercise, work out, do yoga. Exercise and workout is the same thing. When I tend to do yoga and I meditate and I pray, everything like that, it helps you to feel more confident. I'm not going to say helps you because it helps me. It may not help you. We all have our own separate things, but it helps me in order to be able to feel more confident and at peace with myself, because I'm in a chaotic household. So I constantly, am moving around, or I'm constantly having all these thoughts, or I'm constantly helping people and everything like that. It's okay to help people. It's okay to be in your head a little bit, but don't be in your head too much. Don't overthink too much. So when you're doing that, you're distancing yourself away from that self-love. So when you practice self-love, you feel more confident, empowered, and at peace. You'll stop relying on others for your feelings. That goes back to everything I said before. Don't let other people's validation be who you are. Don't let that define you. So you'll stop relying on others for feelings. And another thing is, it's easier for you to build healthy relationships when you love yourself first. This is the one. So this is a hard one too. Not a hard one, but something that stopped me in my healing process in a way, because I would build relationships, but they weren't healthy relationships. They were the most negative relationships ever. When I say negative, if only you know. But negative relationships are not healthy. They're not good for you, and it stops you from your healing process. It stops you from self-love, all that. So it's easier to build healthy relationships when you love yourself first. And that's all to it. I don't think there's any other way to really explain that deeper. But when you practice self-love, you build a healthier relationship, whether it be with yourself, whether it be with who you're talking to at the moment, as in a relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, anything like that. Build that healthy relationship. Let that healthy relationship be you. Just build a healthy relationship. Love on yourself first before you love on others, because you can't give people love that you can't even give yourself. And the fifth thing is some quick tips for practice. So I wrote down a few. I'll do 4 as of right now, and then in another video I'll add some more. But some tips for practice. You can practice your positive affirmations. So like I said, instead of that negative talk positive to yourself. So something that I like to say, I'm Aisha Truth, So I am truth. And I say that with everything in me, because I am truth. Can't nobody tell me I'm not. I am truth. I'll give a few different affirmations, but that's my main one. You can say, I am strong, I am purpose, I am, what is another one? I can't think right now. I am strong, I am perfect, I am smart, I am love, all that type of stuff. That's affirmations. If you want a list of affirmations, then go over to my TikTok and I'll have a few there. I do post affirmations. I try to do them daily, but it doesn't happen like that all the time. So, there's affirmations and more positive stuff over there. Another quick tip is let go of mistakes. Don't let those mistakes in your past define you. Don't let those mistakes, any mistakes that you make, define the person that you are and stop you from your self-love. So you mess up, you forgive, you learn. Don't beat yourself up. That's it. Do something kind for yourself. So take yourself on a date. Take a break, eat, relax. Show yourself self-care. Go to a spa, make a spa at home, do anything to show yourself love, because like I said, if not you, then who? Celebrate your small wins. This is the biggest one, and I feel like this is something that stops a lot of people as well, and especially me. I'm going to speak on me for a moment, because I forget to celebrate my wins a lot, and I realize that I pray about a lot of things and God blesses me with those things that I receive. And I forget to celebrate those small wins. Sometimes I forget to thank God for what He's done for me. So in all honesty, I'm thanking God right now because He's the true one. He's the reason why I am where I am is because I prayed. I stay prayed up. I have people that pray for me. I pray for them, and I love that. But don't forget to celebrate your wins. You have to take time to recognize your progress, small and big, no matter what, because every step counts. Celebrate yourself. Go take yourself on a date. Like I said, this goes with do something kind for yourself too, because doing something kind for yourself is also celebrating yourself. You can celebrate yourself by taking yourself out on a solo date. You can celebrate yourself by, if you drink, you can get some wine or whatever you like to drink and just take a break. Relax yourself, recognize the win that you just had and keep it pushing. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be something small, but celebrate yourself no matter what. But this is my journey to unconditional self-love. If you would like more, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you follow all my social media, which will be in the beginning and end of this video. Make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and go share with a friend, because you never know who needs to hear it. This may not be for you, and that's okay, but that's why you share with a friend, because even though it may not be for you, it may be for someone else. So make sure you share it, and make sure that you show yourself some self-love. Make sure you don't give up on yourself. Make sure that you continue to be the person that you are, and don't let your past affect the person that you are. Let it build who you are today and who you will be in the future. I hope this video helps you. I hope you learned something. Whatever you did learn, make sure you comment down below, or you can give me a text and I'll make sure that I mention it in my next video. Have an amazing, great rest of your day. This is the beginning of February. All February, we are going up. Consistency. Gotta tell myself that. Consistency. But yes, have an amazing month, and please look forward to more. Have an amazing, great rest of your day, and thank you for traveling with truth.
Take this pain and turn it into something